I got the song in my head.
Facts, you do. I'm really saying, mama, mama.
Doesn't feel flattering to me. See if I can get a little. I'm sitting low. It was like weird.
Do we have a problem, baby? No, I didn't think so. So will you please get out my way? Do you love me, baby? No, I didn't think so. So there's nothing more to say. I wanna lie for you, to commit for you. I would have died for you. It's true. Not gonna stick around and let you put me down. I'm so tired of being your fool. It's too late, 'cause I got me a suitcase. Looked around, found me a new place. Why you say pick up the pace? Now you got a little free space. I got a suitcase. I got a suitcase. Hey, you guys.
Hey,
Yes.
hey.
We made it back in here another Thursday. It's new in case you haven't been watching for a while. We're on Thursdays now instead of Sundays. But you guys give it up for 2020 Vision because we live, baby. Yes. So you guys know how I like to do before I get started. I like to give my shout outs. I was crazy, Tony, last time. I didn't shout out LA. I don't know what I was thinking, the wildfires and all of that. I know. I'm just a crazy girl. But definitely shout out LA. I like the way we recovered and that we're recovering. And I like the fact that we all showed up for each other. I went and volunteered a few times over in Pasadena. So I really like, hello, Lone Gray Davis and Corey. I like how LA came together and did that. That's, it was sad when I felt sorry for the people, but when I saw them walking down the street with their animals, I was like, oh my God. I was like, save the babies, I don't know if this was like an old video they showed, but it was like a horse that went back to get the other horse. Was that an old video?
I don't know. I saw that. I don't know if it was.
That one brought tears to my eyes. I'm gonna push over. I was like, oh my God. Definitely.
They have family too.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I love horses. Definitely want to give a shout out to my son, Joshua Rockman Bruce. Rest in heaven. It's actually coming up on the anniversary of when March the 1st when he transitioned. Last year, I was like not really able to get out of the bed, but you know me. To Miss Telepathy, he was able to come visit me in the spirit, and he was like, "Mom, we talked about this. Like, I'm here. I'm not, dead. Is no such thing. But I'm in spirit now. So anytime you want to talk to me, anytime you want to commune with me, I'm right here. So did you forget?" I'm like, "Yeah. Well, it feels really bad right now. But the last thing he left me with on that day, he said, do what makes you happy, and if it doesn't make you happy, don't do it. Simple, And I was like, wow. That's like the 10 Commandments kind of wrapped in one, because love is happiness, and that's what it comes down to. So shout out to him. But him and my other son made a mixtape before they passed called Playa Shit. It's an homage to their father that passed as well. He used to walk around and be like, yeah, we on some playa shit. So they made a whole mixtape called Playa Shit. So I'm sure we got something from that. Can we play that right quick, Tony?
I think it's this one right here.
Yep.
It's bragging all night. Oh, damn. With the low. Shawty came in with the low. With that low. Yeah. Do a few laps around the bitty in a Benzo. We was hopping up, popping, pippin' in that Kenzo. Mixtapes jumping out the trunk like Nipto. All black Batmobile, no rental. All white bitch got the tricks going mental. I just wrap my wrist in VVS, I got a brick on. I'ma let the bitch hit the cup just to sip, don't
Yes, yes, and yes. Okay. I think we got another shout out. Oh, shout out to YP Draysky. That's my other son, and that's who they did the collab with. Then my other son, Malik, and he is such a musical genius, but he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. And this is why I think this is what I believe. Beyond him being shy and being a Capricorn, they grew up in the studio with me, and then he was the youngest, so he was a small baby, and I used to sing in a touring choir, and like I would have to have him with me, and so in order for him to not cry and act a fool in the audience, I would have to put him on stage with me and turn his carry-off facing the whole choir. And as long as we were singing, he was good, you know. Go figure, he came out with perfect pitch. His ear is ridiculous. He can play any instrument by ear, but he doesn't want to have anything to do with it. But shout out to you, Malik. I call them Jaja Leak, all three of them together. So shout out to my sons. Give my hand clap to them. All right, so y'all know last Saturday the NAM show was in town, and I had the ladies on the show. The ladies, we did the Lady of Soul tribute show. There was a Shaka Khan, there was an Aretha Franklin, there was a Whitney Houston, of course, and there was a Tina Turner, Aretha Franklin, and Cher. So we did the tribute show. It was we had a ball. It was wonderful. The audience was lit. The show was beautiful. The stage was dope. It was just everything. And I got to play my favorite person in the world, Whitney Houston. It was such a dream. If we have a little something for that, it's kind of long, so just show a little bit of to the people what we did.
Well, here's the one and only.
Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. Hey, hey. Yay me, yay me. We'll show more later if we have time, Tony. I got a couple of TikTok videos I want to get to. So without further ado, run those TikTok videos. Yeah, baby. I'm glad they stayed. I'm really glad TikTok stayed.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, whatever.
Have you got the nerve to stand there and expect me to believe that you don't want to marry my son for his money?
It's low on my end.
Then what do you want to marry him for?
I want to marry him for your money.
There.
It's really low.
Oh, Lorelei.
Don't you see that's why we have to have his consent, silly?
Well, at least we're getting down to brass tacks. You admit that all you're after is money.
No, I don't. Aren't you funny? Don't you know that a man being rich is like a girl being pretty? You might not marry a girl just because she's pretty. But my goodness, doesn't it help? And if you had a daughter, wouldn't you rather she didn't marry a poor man?
But I was...
You'd want her to have the most wonderful things in the world and to be very happy. Oh, why is it wrong for me to want those things?
Well, I concede that... Say, they told me you were stupid. You don't sound stupid to me.
I can be smart when it's important, but most men don't like it.
Hey, Sean, most men don't like it. Most men don't like it, Sean. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Talking to me?
Uh-huh. Most
Yeah.
men don't like it. I can be smart when it's important, but most men don't like it.
I like smart girls.
Do you?
I do.
Okay, we're going to get into relationship stuff too, so I'm going to see if you're going to still keep that same energy. Huh?
I'm consistent.
Yeah. What do you feel about what she said in regards to, I know it was me, but like the original, she was like, having a pretty woman is like having a man with money. It's like, you don't marry them for being pretty, but damn it helps. Like, what do you feel about that? In real life.
In real life, I think that is the issue with that is that girls are marrying for money.
And men
It's
are not
not-
marrying for looks?
it's-
You don't think so?
No, they're not looks. They're not marrying for well, even men marrying for looks.
Yeah.
I mean, girls are all making themselves look the same. So it's kind of
Okay, but then
Kinda weird.
and if the men didn't like the look, then they wouldn't be getting married.
That's not true.
Come
It's plenty of ugly married women in the world.
Oh my God, you said that. She's
Plenty.
beautiful.
In
She's
fact,
she's
the long marriages
uh-huh.
be the 5s, 6s, and 4s. They ride out forever.
Okay, then they're marrying for convenience and safety.
Or connection, which is what you should be getting married for.
I mean, but the first thing that you're gonna see is the beauty of a woman, and stop acting like you're not visual. Your wife was beautiful. Be quiet. I don't. You know what?
She was.
Okay
before the
then.
divorce.
Okay then.
But her insides were
Hey,
beautiful.
well
You know what I'm saying? So
that's
see,
why it's what it is
I
now.
learned. I
But
should've
at
been listening
first,
inward. N-word. 'Cause,
whatever.
Cute smile, have you messed up?
Cute smile, hey, you messed up. That's what you just said.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. All right. We got one more, Tony. We do. Okay. Run this one.
Did you hear about our basketball game?
No, what happened?
We lost again.
I'm sorry.
We lost to a Christian homeschool.
Okay, well,
all
any team
because they
can beat-
cheated.
They cheated.
Yes, they cheated.
How did they cheat?
They had Jesus on their team.
Okay,
I
so-
can guard Joey all day, but you know who I can't guard?
Okay, I think
The
you
Lord.
need. Okay, at this point, you're.
Every time a player got hurt, he was fine the next play.
Well, that's a good thing.
I think
You wa-
Jesus was healing them.
Do you
I
understand
think
how
he was hiding under the bleachers, just laying his hands on them so they would be fine.
you really need to
Their
look?
cheerleaders over there like, we got school spirit. I'm like, yeah, you also have the Holy Spirit.
They had cheer.
Over there praying, the Lord is my shepherd. Yeah, he's also your shooting guard. So
You
I
seem
don't know
really-
what they were praying for.
Listen to
I'm
me.
assuming points because they scored 84 of them.
You're making excuses.
And then Joey was all like, we beat you. I'm like, you ain't beat us.
Well, you know, kids.
He
that-
beat us.
Actually, they
You know,
did.
Jesus may love all the little children of the world,
Derek, listen
but he
to me.
also loves the hoop.
You guys lost
And he's
because
good.
you're ridiculous.
Real good.
Listen to
God
me.
might have created the heavens and the earth on day one, but on day two, he shot some foul shots. I promise you that.
You
I
can't
mean,
be a sore.
Chad said he heard the coach say after the game, I want to thank God. So that right there tells you that they were planning something sneaky with him.
And he's so cute.
No, that's hilarious.
Oh my God. That's hilarious. What are you going to do when Jesus is on your side? If I am for you, then who can be against you, right?
I used to always wonder that though. When I used to look at sports, I used to be like, if both teams have Jesus, then God has to kind of like stay out of it, right?
I don't know. Like, are they both praying to him, though?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. They had the team chaplains and all that stuff. All that going on, and I don't know.
Okay. I didn't know
feel
that.
Like, I feel like it'd be kind of unfair for him to pick one team over the other.
I mean, God is a just God, so whatever he say goes. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, if they played the better game, they played the better game.
True that.
And God gave us everything to do so. So, like, well, yes, good job. Y'all used y'all skills, y'all God-given skills that I gave y'all. Y'all used them very well, superbly. That little boy is so cute. Do you know the original? I can't think of his name, but he's a comedian now. He goes, he tours all over, does stand-up comedy, but he's another one that, got his start on TikTok, and he does the voiceovers. And it's him, and then it's him as a little boy. And he has like this whole page full of those things that you just saw. And so everyone goes back and, does the, the voiceover acting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's good. I love his content. Who do we have to thank for that one, Tony?
That is, I'm going to try to say it, Mummy, Mummy, a night, Anita.
Mummy a night. Shout out to you, Mummy a night. Thank you for the content. Keep sending your stuff in. Don't think I don't listen, watch, and look. I get stuff in my Instagram inbox as well as my TikTok and my Facebook. So I love it. Keep sending content. I'm going to keep showing it. And you too can go viral. But, without further ado, this is like one of my favorite, and I know I say this all the time, but one of my favorite shows, Music is Everything, starring Sean Penn Mcmillion. Usually I come from the top of my head because I usually know my guests, and I know Sean too, is no exception. But I usually come from the top of my head, but there is so much that this man has done in conjunction with his production team and his business partner. I have to actually read some of these things just so that I don't want to do it any disservice. So Sean Penn Mcmillion, multi-platinum producer, songwriter, and one half of the acclaimed production duo, The Exclusives. Based in Atlanta, Georgia, Sean was born and raised in Miami, Florida, where his early exposure to the rich musical culture of the city sparked his lifelong passion for music. A dynamic force in the music industry, Sean has worked with some of the biggest names in the game, building an extensive catalog, chart-topping hits that have solidified his reputation as one of the most influential producers of his generation. Sean's journey to success began with the release of his groundbreaking first hit record, I Love This Shit. I'm going to say the whole title. Received widespread critical acclaim and featured powerhouse appearances from August Alsina, Chris Brown, and Trey Songz. This collaboration not only put Sean on the map, but also marked the beginning of a prolific career that would see him and his partner, Ralph Gentry, shout out Ralph, yay, collectively rack up an impressive 19 gold records, 12 platinum records, 3 Grammy nominations, and 5 Billboard #1 hits. Is it 4 now? Is it 4 since then?
Well, no, three is up there.
Is accurate. Okay. Okay. So I just want to skip down to you have a list of your gold and platinum. I want to just name some of them. For your gold alone, you have Porn Star. Who is that by?
August Alsina.
August Alsina. Porn Star, Gold Slugs, Testimony that's the album with gold. No Love, Make It Home, Kissing on My Tattoos, I Love This Shit, Song Cry, Numb, Ghetto, Do You Mind, Major Key, the album, My Own Lane, the album, Remember Me, the album, I Don't Get Tired, Luca Brasi, 2 albums.
That's Kevin Gates, yeah.
Okay. And then Seen It All album. So all those went gold. And the ones that's the album, the whole album went gold. Okay. Just to clear this, keep it clear. All right. So it's 17 gold certifications. And then now let's go to the platinum. Testimony album, No Love, 2 times. I Love This Shit, 2 times platinum. Do You Mind, 3 times platinum. Major
just went 4 times platinum last week.
Oh, wow. Okay. See, an update.
That's good.
4 times platinum now. Major, I'm sorry, Do You Mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Major Key, the album, went platinum. I Don't Get Tired, 2 times platinum. Luca Brasi, the album, 2 times platinum. So that's 12 platinum, actually 13 platinum certifications. All right. Now, Billboard #1s, Testimony, the album, I Love This Shit, Major Key, the album, I Changed a Lot, the album, and Scooch. Now, who is that? Is that August?
That's K. Michelle.
K. Michelle, Scooch. Shout out K. Michelle, yes. 5 #1s on the Billboard charts. Huge, 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 huge. And 3 of them are albums that's #1s. That's just huge. That's not just a single, you guys. And then Grammy nominations, Best Rap Album for The Roots, Undone. Best Rap Album, Major Key, DJ Khaled. And then we did the Billboard Music Award nominations, Major Key. We did BET Music Awards. We love BET. We love the BET Music Awards. They're still the most lit, award show that we have, I think. I Changed a Lot, that was nominated for BET Music Awards. The whole album was. The Soul Train Music Award nominations was Major Key album. And then I just really want to read all of the artists that you worked with. And it's a lot, you guys, so hold on to your hat, but I'm going to name them all. Sean Penn has worked with Betty Wright. That was his mentor. And we're going to get into that story in just a second. Snoop Dogg, DJ Khaled, Lloyd, Lil Wayne, Jay Holiday. Shout out Jay. Nicki Minaj. Hey, Nicki. I didn't know that. That's my girl. Sammy, Nipsey Hussle, Stand Up LA. Lenny Williams, The Roots, Bilal, Carmen, Usher, Juicy J, Chris Brown, Stali, Curren. Okay, so this Money, right? Currency. Sorry. Currency. Rick Ross, Jeezy, Demi Lovato, Trey Songz, DJ Drama, Ty Dolla. I like him a lot, Ty Dolla. Tammy Rivera, Waka Flocka, Trinidad James, Wale, Kurt Cobain, Roscoe Dash, Sage the Gemini, Yo Gotti, B.O.B., K. Michelle, Kevin Gates, Flo Rida, 112, Meek Mill, Pusha T, Fabulous, Kid Ink, Fetty Wap, Jeremiah, J. Cole, Jadakiss, Anthony Hamilton. Woo, it's one of my favorite singers in the world. Miguel, Future, Seven Streeter, Keith Sweat, Leighton Green, Zayn Malik, Snooty Wild, Keisha Cole, Plies, Problem, Day 26, Angie Stone, and how dare he forgot to mention Amira the songstress. Come on, give a hand.
You're right.
How you go name all the greats and not put me on there? See how they
I
act?
was just telling you, I didn't. Some people I did not did not put on. I forgot.
Oh my God, you guys, give a warm 2020 Vision welcome to the legend himself, the living legend, singer, songwriter, producer, writer, artist himself, Sean Penn, and we call him Penn because he is the pen. He got that pen. Mcmillion, also known as He's So Rude.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
So the secret is, this is not your first time here. You were one of our first guests when we started 2020 Vision, March 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that was my first interview that I had ever done, actually.
Oh my God. That's bananas. But you're good at it. I mean, this is a natural thing for you. We talk all the time.
Just run on my mouth. That's what I do.
Yeah. So I like the blue light that you chose. It looks good. Highlights everything.
I know the other one was a little bright. It looked a little intense.
That's cool though. That's cool. Well, first of all, this is a catch up with you because you've done obviously so much more from the last time we spoke. Not that you hadn't done a lot, but even more. So we want to catch up with what's going on now. But I do want to take them back. I really want to talk about your relationship as well as your working relationship with the late, great Betty White. I know personally, and some of our old school audience, they know that you worked you were under Betty White's tutelage. You told me so many wonderful and compelling stories in the studio about Betty White herself. I didn't know she was the monster that she was when it comes to writing, vocals, and even like her voices on some of the most phenomenal hip hop songs that we have to this day. I didn't know any of these things about her. But one of the things that was very special to me is how you told me you stayed in her face until she took you on as a producer or actually as a writer first. And so can you tell me about that journey or tell the audience about the journey, how, you just kept showing up. Can you give us a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. That's exactly what happened. I actually met Betty White when I was 20 years old.
Okay.
And I was working with her godson originally in music. And that's how I kind of met her. I was invited. I got the fortunate chance to be invited to her writing camp when she started it, which was called The Most Mountain of Songs Today. And she ended up asking me to come to that writing camp. And I was really bad. I wasn't great.
I can't imagine.
I used to hear audible groans when I was selected to work with somebody. Audible.
What do you mean? Like, who was
like who?
the other producers or the person you were chosen to work with, the artist you were chosen to work with?
It was other writers,
Oh my God.
And it was completely understandable. I wasn't. I wasn't. I just really got started in writing, and I was around some of I still believe some of the most talented writers I've ever encountered in life. And it was a camp of them. It was 10 people, and I was, happened to be number 8 in that group. And so we met every Tuesday, and we would write songs. Like, she would give us assignments, she would pair us off, and we would have to come back and perform the songs in an hour and a half. Like I said, I sucked. But I asked her, I said, Miss B, I said, this Tuesdays is not enough for me. Like, I would like to learn more from you and, get in more. And she was like, well, I never mentored anybody before. And I was like, yeah, but I was asking, like, and so she didn't really give me a committed, like, I'll do it, but she didn't tell me I couldn't come on other days other than Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I came Wednesday, and I
Okay.
came Thursday, and I came Friday, and I came every day. Um, and ironically, what happened was I had to miss a day. I didn't
Mm.
have any gas money to put in my stepdad's truck, and my cell phone was off. My Metro PCS. I'm giving
Okay.
y'all the real.
Yeah, yeah, the real
Metro
deal.
my Metro PCS was off. I didn't pay the bill, and so I stayed home that day, and it was a Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and my mom was home, and meanwhile I was at my mom's house, and she said, "There's a phone call for you. It's Betty Wright."
Mm-hmm.
I was on my house phone. And I was like,
Okay.
"Okay, let me take the phone." So I was like, "Hey, how you doing, Miss B?" She was like, "Yeah, I'm wondering why you come in today." And I was like, "Oh, I don't have any money to put gas, and my phone's due, so I'm trying to, figure out, wait around to figure out something." And she was like, "Well, if you come by the house, I'll give you a few dollars if you." And I was like, "Oh no, you don't have to do that." She was like, "No, come by." So I came by. She gave me a check for $150,
What?
and I paid my phone bill, put some gas in my mom's car, and that's when I realized she had liked having me around. So
Yes, yes. Were you
I kept
doing
coming.
errands for her at first? Little
Oh
errands?
yeah, I did. Oh yeah, I paid all my dues. I
Yes.
was almost like her personal assistant. I worked in her office,
Mm-hmm.
which ended up being a job for me for 4 years. I worked in her office.
Wow.
Anything that she needed done. Hey, can you run to the bank and get this? Hey, can you run to the grocery store and grab this? Hey, could you whatever she needed of me, I was there. I was at service because I was getting $1 million worth of game from one of the greatest to ever do it
Yes,
as an artist and as a writer.
that's right. That's right. So tell me really quick, who whose songs, what hip hop songs do we hear Betty Wright's vocals on?
Okay. I'll start with yeah, she's been so I want to say hip hop. She's been sampled a lot. We'll
Okay.
start with uh, Mary J. Blige, "Real Love."
Yeah.
That intro, that's "Clean Up Woman" by Betty Wright.
Oh yeah, that is Clean Up Woman. Oh my
Uh,
God. Okay, go ahead.
"Color Me Bad." Was it "Color Me Bad"? "I Want to Sex You Up."
Uh-huh.
"I Want to Sex
Sex
You
you
Up," which
up.
is
Uh-huh.
"Tonight Is the Night" by
Tonight is the night. Is
there
that
you go.
I wanna sex? So they
That's
just
it.
that's just like they just what's the raise the tempo, the BPM, what is it
Hmm.
called?
And she ended up suing them for publishing on that and winning.
Yes.
And
Yes, as she should.
and then
Okay.
she did what was she? Oh yeah, Beyonce, "Upgrade You," bum 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 bum
Mm,
bum
mhm.
bum
Mm,
bum
mm,
bum
mm, mm,
bum,
mm.
which is actually Betty Wright's first hit record. She was 13 years old when she did that record.
Wow.
"Girls Can't Do What the Guys Do," which is what they
What?
sampled for that. And it inspired the song "Do Wop That Thing" by Lauryn Hill.
Lauryn Hill.
So
I knew that was a
uh,
sample, but what song is that by
it's
Betty?
the same song,
Huh?
same song, and
Wait a minute, go
and yeah,
back. Same song. What do you mean? It's like
the girls,
know
you
you
better
wanna.
watch out, right?
Yeah.
It's inspired by the song
Same.
"Girls Can't Do What the Guys Do."
Okay, okay, that's what you mean by
And
same
still
song.
be the
Okay.
way. Yeah, so
Okay.
it's the same thing. But the intro from that song was what they used for "Upgrade You"
Mhm.
for Beyonce. Um, Man, she's been a part of so many um so many big songs in
Mhm.
in hip hop. She and obviously she had all those songs, "No Pain, No Gain," "After the Pain,"
Mhm.
"Pain,"
Mhm.
that series. She was also the first woman to go gold on her own label. Not
Wow.
black woman,
Wow. First
woman.
woman to go gold on her own label.
Yes.
Man, we could just do a whole show about her.
Man.
However,
Legend.
legend, the legendary. Give it up for Betty Wright, the legendary. Yes. I know you, when I met you, singer, songwriter, producer, uh, I personally never thought I would see the day that you became an artist. I wanted it. I wanted it so much. That's why when I saw it, I was really happy. Not that you haven't always been an artist, but I would say getting behind yourself and actually pushing you. I always, I remember just being in the studio. I'm like, Sean, why don't you do this? And you're like, man. But when you came to LA one September and you showed me and told me that you was on and you ready to do your thing, I was so excited. And still, I'm very excited for you. And I can hear all the great all the greats within your voice, within obviously within your writing. I can definitely hear Betty right in there as well. I want to actually play your single really quick so they can hear, you know, who you are and
You
what
hear
you
me make
do.
some noise? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. We have Back to Work. Tell us a little bit about that before we put that on. Back to Work.
Very simple, man. That song, my whole project is called Minimum Wage that I'm
Okay.
working on, and
Okay.
it's really about, for me, it's a personal call out to me,
Mhm.
like of like the work is never done.
Mhm.
Saying and getting back into what you have to do. Again, like the grind. That's an important thing. But the song is just about literally about um getting back to work. After the pandemic, a lot of people didn't return to the
Right.
workforce.
That's right.
And um it's just about that. It's about getting back on the path of what you need to do
Mhm.
to get into your dreams, which is the most important part.
Right. Okay, without further ado, the single Back to Work. Oh, you have a picture? Do you have a picture?
Bro, check my alarm clock and it say that it's 10 in the morning. On a Sunday, had a hell of a weekend. Bottle of Bombay, had a couple of freaks in. Still contemplating putting my 2 weeks in. I'm so over this shit, so sick of fighting over these shifts. So tired of these niggas lying, telling me I'ma get rich in this shit. So done with loyalty to whoever employing me with no reciprocity. As soon as I fuck up a little bit, be the main ones who be dropping me so low. To waking up 5 o'clock in the morning, working a job I ain't never wanted. Stuck in a 1 bedroom, cashing out for a spot I ain't even own it. Filling the gas tank to a car might not be there in the morning. Nobody want me that being grown, mean that you out on your own. What I'm about to say to you really gon' hurt. Opposite of motivational, it gets worse. From the day you're born to the day they put you in the dirt. If you're trying to eat, need to take your ass back to work. If it's at your job, or you're your own boss, nigga, it's gon' go. So take your ass back to work. It could be full time, it could be part time. Good on hard times. Take your ass back to work. I ain't never been scared of putting that work in, that's for certain. But I wasn't prepared for putting my all in when I'm hurting. Cause there's other niggas lurking, wishing they was in my place. Hoping that I get a raise, faking and smiling all up in my face. Just miss me with it. These niggas different. I ain't talking about your enemies, talking about your frenemies who sit at your table for dinner and pretend that they happy you winning. And they say that they happy you swimming, but they wanna drown you. That's why you gotta keep them from around you so long. To waking up 5 o'clock in the morning, working a job I ain't never wanted. Stuck in a 1 bedroom, cashing out for a spot I ain't even own it. Filling the gas tank to a car might not be there in the morning. Nobody want me that being grown, mean that you out on your own. What I'm about to say to you really gon' hurt. Opposite of motivational, it gets worse. From the day you're born to the day they put you in the dirt. If you're trying to eat, need to take your ass back to work. If it's at your job, or you're your own boss, nigga, it's gon' go. So take your ass back to work. It could be full time, it could be part time. Good on hard times. Take your ass back to work.
Yes. Take your ass back to work. Your job. Yes, yes, yes. You know what I like about your when you write, you have a way of capturing um, the personality, the essence of a person. So before you know it, like you're writing, and it's almost if they wrote the words themselves. That's what I've always respect about your writing.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I try to always kind of come from that perspective, putting myself in the shoes of of the listener. I think that's as a writer, I think that's one of the most important things. Is it's not about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's about who's listening,
Mm-hmm.
about the listener, giving them a chance to experience something with you.
Mm-hmm.
So I try my best to write in a conversational and a
Mm-hmm.
relatable way.
Yeah.
Man, that's kind of like what I aim for.
Yeah. You know, goal hit for sure. I want to switch gears really quick. We unfortunately only got an hour, so I'm trying to get compact a lifetime of information into this 1 hour. But I want to get really quick into the script that you wrote. Um, Pull it up. Written by Sean Mcmillion. It's I actually have a copy of it, the pilot TV drama based on the life of Julie Walker, which is your mom. Um, I know we've talked many times about your mom. I mean, like she was the original OG. You learned everything you learned from your mom, and I wanted you to give the audience a little bit, just a little quick um, snippet of who your mom is and why you were compelled to write this story.
Oh, absolutely. My mother's name was Julia Walker McMillan. She was everything I am is because of my mom.
Yeah.
My mom taught me about hustle. She taught me about pursuing your passion. My mom was at one point the largest distributor of heroin in the Southeast United States.
Wow.
She was labeled a crime boss
What?
and actually served 16 years in federal prison.
My God. Mm.
Um, and, and still handled it with grace. Man, my mom was an incredible woman. She was a strong woman. I lost my mother last year,
Yes. Rest in heaven.
January 4th, and that has been one of I guess one of the hardest things I've ever had to go through in my
Mm.
life.
Yeah.
Is actually laying my mom to rest,
Mm-hmm.
but what she's instilled in me is still very, very, very present. Um, my relentlessness, my unwillingness to give up on anything is because of what she's instilled in me. She's always made me believe that I could do anything,
Mm-hmm.
and that is why I do everything.
Right. Right.
And that's what my name, my new alter ego for my music. He's so rude, uh, really unapologetically
Mm-hmm.
doing everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the space I'm living in. It's just um, it's all because of just her and her example she's been to me and my sisters. She's an incredible woman.
Why was it so important for you to get her story out? And I know you're shopping it at this point in time. And anybody that's on here listening, we're in Hollywood. Hey, this is a great script. This is a great movie. A great read. But what I don't know. Just what pushed you to say, hey, I really want her story told.
I think it's important, in most stories about selling drugs, even in the ones where it's like the bigger stuff like Griselda Blanco and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a Mexican woman selling drugs out of Mexico. It's pretty, it's that was a big deal. My
Mm-hmm.
mom was African American woman from Miami, Florida,
Right.
who brokered her own deal with cartels and
Wow.
and created her own network. She was the first millionaire in my family.
Wow.
Um, and she created this on her own. She graduated high school at 15 years old. She was
Wow.
pregnant with my sister. She was a straight A student.
Mm-hmm.
She was a brilliant
Mm-hmm.
woman, but she was born in 1945, and there just wasn't a bunch of opportunities in 1960 when she graduated to go do, what you would think today. Oh yeah, with those grades, she could have went to college, whatever. It just wasn't for a single mother. It wasn't that. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? She
Okay.
had to figure out her own way. And yeah, what my mom accomplished as a black woman in a very male dominated field is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. My mom was also locked up with Griselda Blanco in 1994. So
Oh
she's
wow.
actually in the same, she was in the
Wow.
same company of, they did a whole Netflix special about Griselda. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's important to tell her story just as a black woman. Yeah, it's not to glorify or be proud of her selling drugs, but that was the story she had. That is
Okay.
the card she was dealt, and her brilliance in it. My mom, was a brilliant woman, and she figured out ways to play a man's game very well.
I mean, hey, Netflix and 50 Cent, they make a lot of money off of telling these stories.
Hey, no, get at me, get
You
at me.
know,
I'm with it.
for sure. And it's the real deal. So when your mother came out, how old were you when your mother came out of jail?
I was 16 years old.
Okay, so she did 60. So she went in right when you were born then.
No, no, she went in. So she did 9 years in my life, and
Okay.
from I was 7
Okay.
to 16, she did 9 years.
Hmm.
And when my sisters were younger, she did 6 years in federal prison
Okay.
for her first case with her and her husband then.
Okay. So when she was done with all of that, like, 16 years later, was there any change in her? Was there a reform? Did she, or
No.
even did she put some money up and save it for some other businesses? Like,
Oh no, there was no money buried in the ground. I wish,
we
no,
could ask these questions now because she's with
yeah,
God.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Ain't no case now, hell, but no, my mom, when she got out, it was different.
hmm
When she got out the first time, my older sister was in college already,
hmm
who had just figured out, playing basketball and got scholarships and did it that way. My other sister was getting ready to go to college.
hmm
So my mom stepped in that time in life. She got right back into the hustle and she moved them to Atlanta, let them go to the colleges they wanted to go, and gave them, they had the money, they had the what was it, the Maserati and the
yeah,
Benz, and they
yeah.
was cool. When my mom got out with me, I wanted nothing to do with that.
Okay, okay, all
I
right.
was like, I got scholarships. I got, I got good grades.
hmm
I already had made it into college.
Okay,
I was already in a space where I was like, I don't want, I don't want you to have to do anything illegal
hmm
to support me.
that's right.
So I was very much so like, I'm gonna handle everything.
So you kept your mom honest.
Oh, yeah, as honest as I could.
Yeah,
My mom was a thrill seeker, man, and I
yeah.
had to realize that as I got older and older, I'm like, you like doing bad shit, like your mom, so I would just be like, I don't need that,
Right.
and that's what I did. I hustled and did everything that I could in
Mm,
college to to make it so that she didn't have to come out of pocket or
yeah.
whatever, the things that she wanted to do, she did, and she still took care of me and stuff like that, but she didn't have to do anything crazy. My mom
hmm hmm
got a job and was working a regular job.
And it stayed that way the whole time. Why you?
Yeah, stay that way. Yeah, the first thing I did when I got my first publishing deal,
Hmm
I bought my mom a car.
Yeah.
Um, and she was like, "Oh, I don't deserve it," because my mom wasn't super supportive of me doing music.
Okay.
As
Okay.
a parent,
Yeah.
she didn't want me to go that
Yeah.
route. She's
Yeah.
seen how difficult
The
it is to
struggle.
break in.
Yeah.
And so, just being a mom, she was like, "You can do this, you can do this, go do this." And I was like, "Yeah, but this is what I want to do. This is my dream." So when I bought her that car, she was like, "You didn't have to do that." And I'm like, "Of course I have to do that because, at the end of the day, she's my mother and
Yeah.
I honor her and I loved her. And eventually my mother never had to work again. My mom was able to retire and I was able to do everything in my power to make sure that she didn't have to work again.
That's beautiful.
Um, until her dying day.
Yes. What a nice ending to a beautiful story. Beautiful. Okay, so here's your elevator pitch time, right? So we have people watching Hollywood, movie directors, producers, film studios. We're in a film studio. So if you had to talk to the people really quick, you wanted to pitch this script, this film right quick, what would you say?
This is a marriage of Queen of the South meets Raising Cane.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, it's a black woman who got involved with the cartels and was able to amass that and turn her husband into a millionaire first, and then eventually learn how to do that formula for herself. And
Wow.
her story is incredible. Her cases went all the way to the Supreme Court, both of her cases. And if that doesn't tell you anything, it should tell you the amount of money that she had to fund two Supreme Court cases as a black woman.
Wow. Wow. Give a hand clap for that because she had to figure it out. She had to figure it out. Okay. I want to switch gears right quick, real quick. I want to, do this fun but kind of controversial thing, and we're going to talk relationships. But before we do that, I want to usher in the moment, and no pun intended, and play a little bit of your song. Actually, it's a collaboration. Hold on, I don't want to say it wrong. Give me a second. Forgive me. It's called "Talk About It" with Samaya. Is that it?
Yeah, she's from Detroit, so she's from your
From the
neck of the
D,
woods.
what up, though? Okay. I go crazy. And Mr. He's So Rude himself. Tony, can you play a little bit of that? I'll tell you when to stop.
Do my best to give my girl finer things. I appreciate when she gives a body to me. But that isn't everything. I need care and affection, loyalty, protection, trust and understanding. Sex not used as a weapon. I wanna be the one that you desire without a question. If I lost it all tomorrow, need to know you'd help me get it back for us. But that's the love you're running from. You'd rather I just buy you something new. And this is why my heart is numb. Never thought love would become transactional. Let's talk about it, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, let's talk about it. I'm looking for love, but lately ain't feeling like you're in need. Can't be a maybe, you gotta know I'm all you need. I'm giving my all, don't feel like it's enough. I wish shit out of love when them times will get rough. You was a protector and a provider, only fuck with me.
Yes, she's phenomenal. She's phenomenal. I love it. I love her. I love it. I love it. I love the whole thing. Love it. What?
That's what we was talking about earlier. That's that subject matter right
It
there.
sure is. It sure is. Okay. So this is the one of the biggest subjects that's been going on in, men versus women type conversations going on in social media. And it's been about should women bring half to the table or should a man look for a woman to have her own sustainability before he enters into a relationship with her. And then the other side of that argument has been a real man, would have it all together and he would be able to provide for her. And if she has some money, fine, but it's her own. Where do you stand on just that subject alone?
So, like I said, I was raised by a bunch of women, a bunch of strong women. Mm-hmm. So, I was raised to be a provider.
Okay.
Right? And I have no argument with that. I do believe that men inherently should provide in a relationship, Mm-hmm. But my key thing is I believe that a man is a provider for his woman.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning when you are my woman,
yes.
I will provide for you.
Yes.
When we are dating or getting to know each other and you are going out on dates with other men, and I could be possibly going on dates with other women,
right?
I'm not your provider.
Okay, so I'm sorry, go ahead.
That means that I'm not paying your rent. I'm not getting your hair done. Okay. I'm not getting your nails done.
Okay.
As a dude that likes you.
Right. Not a
like
dude that loves you, but a dude that likes you.
I will pay for the things that create opportunities for us to get to know each other.
Right, like dinner.
I will pay for dinners.
Movies.
I will pay for outings. I will pay for things where we can get an opportunity.
Yeah.
I'll pay for getaways when we progress.
Yeah.
So that we can get to know each other, absolutely. But just willy-nilly paying for your lifestyle, this guy will not be providing that.
I think that's the most sensible answer or response that I've heard, like just watching social media and everything. And the men that typically respond that don't like the whole give a woman money thing. Out of all the responses that I've ever heard, that is the most logical. And that's something that I can totally agree with because I think that's how it goes, right? That's how it goes.
right, yeah, like you know what I'm saying, like there's a courting process, so it's not to like a lot of times women think, oh yeah, that means you're being cheap. No, I understand the idea of courting a woman. I understand the idea of taking her out, showing her a good time, and
Mm-hmm.
getting into a space to connect with one another, which is what we're seeking.
Right.
We're seeking connection. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
As a man, yes, I know my responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When I was married, my wife did not have to work.
Right.
She chose to in some instances.
Yeah.
In the 22 months, I think she probably had a job 2 months,
Yeah.
maybe. You know what I'm saying? She chose to work, which
Mm.
I'm all for. I'm
Right.
all for a woman having her own things. In fact, something that I just said to a woman that I was talking to, I said, if I'm providing everything, then I
Mm.
would, and if my woman doesn't want to be somebody, doesn't want to be an at home,
Right.
whatever, wife
Right.
or whatever, then the things that she should be getting or getting money towards should be to enhance what I'm doing
Right.
for
Right.
our life.
Okay. So explain that. Explain how that works. So
Okay.
if I for argument's sake, if you and I were together, and of course I have my career, and then you have your career, but you're the breadwinner. You keep all the bills paid and
Yeah.
everything. You're the
Okay.
foundation.
No. So I would love to hear, hey, babe, with my salary, I was thinking we should probably get an investment property together.
Oh
Or let's
yeah,
do
is
some,
that okay?
let's do,
Okay,
let's do
okay.
some, hey, babe, I planned a little
That's
vacation
right.
because you've been working so hard
That's
and paying
right.
for all the bills. Somebody that's going to add and help me in a certain and mentally and with peace is important to me. It's not about paying the rent. I'm a man. I'm gonna do that regardless.
Regardless, yeah, yeah.
I'm programmed to do that.
I agree
You
with
know,
that. That's
so I feel like that's the kind of help, the bringing something to the table that I'm talking about.
mm-hmm.
That's the type of thing I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Brings because there are rainy days in everybody's life.
that's right.
There are ups and downs, especially in the industry that I'm in.
That's right.
So I need to know that somebody that's
Got
next
our
to me
back.
got some sense.
Yeah, got our back. Like, this is a
Right.
family. There's children most of the time. Yeah, this, somebody that's thinking forward. And so, okay, so you do like smart women. You do like smart women
I do. I really do.
because everyone doesn't think that way, and everyone doesn't understand about the real estate game. Everyone doesn't understand about investments. And so if she spent her time, go ahead.
Even if she submersed herself in helping me
Mm-hmm.
figure out things to do with my money.
Oh yeah, that's dope. I love that. I love that. I know how
Like,
to make some money spend, honey, but I know how to make it
right.
come back to you. So that's dope. I love that. That's a great concept. Is there any chatters saying anything? Want to say anything really quick? We're getting down to those last few minutes. I'm really trying to get it all in.
Elvira said, good to see you and listening to you. And then Virgil said, hey, greetings from Manchester, England. Hot cheeks.
Mm-hmm. Who he talk? Who? No, who is these people talking to? Are they talking to me or Sean or the guest? I don't know who they're talking.
Oh, I'm not hot cheeks.
Okay.
I would like to think he's talking to you.
I mean, who is he? No, you talking about these cheeks?
Sure.
Hot cheeks. Wow, that's funny. Okay, no callers, correct? Okay, so we got the chatters in. I have some people on here. They're not saying too much. They're just chiming in, so I'll shout them out really, really quick. And if you've tuned into your live, Sean, and anybody you want to shout out, definitely here's your time to shout. Anybody you want to shout out, don't even have to be your live. But I want to shout out Corey, Nelly, Londigray Davis. I don't know. He said hello, hello, hello. Shout out to you. The R&B broker. And then AT art by, I don't know. It's these handles, y'all. James, make them more prototype. Lamaj, hello, hello. Make them more, legible. What up, Lacey? What up, I don't know, Mario Gomez. Shout out to all of you guys. Thank you guys for chiming in. Anybody you want to give some special shouts out to right quick before we start wrapping it up, Sean?
Absolutely. My business partner and brother for over 24 years, Ralph Genty. Most definitely shout out to all of anybody that I work with that has been helping me in all this time. Hilaire, Kamara.
Yes.
And most definitely shout out to all the acts that I've been working with. Day 26,
Yes.
B5, this new phenomenal group I'm working with, Peachtree. I'm actually in the studio with them right now.
Yes. What
I'd
up?
like to give a shout out, most importantly, to you, Amira, for always reaching and checking
Mhm.
on me and making sure that you tell my story. I appreciate that.
You stuck with me forever. You gave given me some of
I
the
guess we stuck.
greatest music of my career. I've had a lot of great producers, but just say this: the last project that I put out, you had what? How many? It may have been 8 songs, and you had 6 of the 8 on there. So that shows how much I love working with you, and you get it. You just get it right the first time. So I love it.
Appreciate you.
I love it. And you push me. You push me. I remember one time the song that we were playing, "Suitcase," in the intro, and you had that song was already demoed out, and so it was this run that she was doing, and so I went to attack it. You was like, "Hold on, hold on, hold on! Don't be just trying to attack the run. Just calm down." Like, wait a minute. I was like, who is this young man think he
You're
talking
coming
to?
in hot. You know what I'm saying?
And you was like, let's break this thing down. And as vocalists, we get really offended real easy. Like, I know how to run, don't tell me. But it's your style. And it was so funny because I saw you do it to every other artist that had came in the studio or that was in this, like I would come in sometimes and you would be finishing up. And I saw you do this with every artist that you work with. So it wasn't me. It wasn't something for me to feel self-conscious about. You're just that level of a perfectionist when it comes to this. So I appreciate that from you because I could have did my run. I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, I know how to run. I ain't even got to do her run. And you was like, wait, hold up. We gonna break this thing down. And that's how you get great songs. That's how you get hits. So thank you for that.
I appreciate it.
What's
Wholeheartedly.
what's next for you, really quick, that we should know about coming up?
Besides the artist I just told you about, I'm also going to be putting out my project for real this year.
Yay.
Um, and also I'm supposed to be working with After Seven. I'm going to be doing a project with them, which I'm
Yes.
super excited about.
Yes. Legends. Legends with legends. Yes.
Another one that he on that checks on me all the time about since my mother passed. He
Oh,
always checks on me. He always prays for me, and those type of people, I would love to just to give back creatively and give them all the flowers I can give them in the world because I grew up on that great music.
yes. 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 And you one of the people that keeps it going. Like, you gave me this 80s style because I came in, I was like, I have all of these 80s records that I want us to listen to. And you got it right quick. You gave me this 80s style with the swag of, this, what would this be? This century with the swag of what's going on right now. And I don't know how you were able to fuse them, but I was like, I need you to do this thing, mesh this thing. And you got it. You got it real quick. So
Most
it
definitely, you're
was dope.
super talented, man. You didn't make it hard, so that's important.
Yeah, yeah. I concur. So tell the people, give me like some last comments that you want to leave with the people. Anybody that's looking to do this, anybody that's looking to transition from, and not that you're not a producer and writer anymore, but make that transition from production, being behind the scenes to the actual artists themselves. Anything that you want to leave the people with.
This is just for any. Goes out to all creators, especially behind the scenes creators, right?
Okay.
And this is really just some encouragement. Keep going, keep pressing, keep figuring out ways to express yourself and to move your art around and to feed yourself. I know that it gets hard out here. It gets hard for everybody. It's not just you.
Mm-hmm.
There are some of the most talented people in the game that are door dashing and that are trying to
Mm-hmm.
figure it out. And I admonish you to keep pressing forward, keep figuring it out. It's going to be okay.
Perfect. Perfect. And tell us your handles again. They're on the screen, but say them out loud for the people.
Yeah, I go by Sean Penn,
Mm-hmm.
but on Instagram, I'm Heso Rude, HESO_Rude, RUDE. But I'm really a nice guy when you get to know me.
You're a sweet teddy bear. I don't even know where you get this rude thing from, even though me and you done had our little moments, but you're really sweet.
Mhm. That's that Detroit thing,
Man, sometimes we got to do it. People don't understand.
I get it.
All right, it's been a pleasure having you. I want to have you back. I know there will be more updates, especially once someone picks up this film or if you decide to go ahead and do it yourself. I want to know more about the journey that you've been on in being your own artist, and when you do release that new project. So I really want you to come back, but this time you got to promise me it's going to be in studio.
Yeah, I'm gonna come on out to LA, man. I love LA.
Okay, good.
Give me a good taco. Let's vibe for
Let's
sure.
vibe for sure. They're gonna have to let you out the studio. I'm like that about you too. Like once I got you in the studio, I can't stand when somebody else walk through the door. Hell no. Like, you know. So
Yeah.
I get it. But thank you for coming.
Thank you for asking.
We're gonna wrap it up, but if you would stay on, I'm gonna have you do a drop before you hang up.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you guys, this has been another episode of 2020 Vision. Again, one of my favorite episodes, Music is Everything, starring Sean Penn Mcmillion, the writer, the producer, the artist himself, and the inspiration for a lot of my music and just me, period. The message is what it always is: love, life, and light. You got to love who you are, love what you do, love everything about yourself, says the Lord. Because God will shine a light through you that no one else will be able to deny that He is God, the Alpha and the Omega. And it begets life. Just love, you guys. You can find me on anything you like to listen to: Apple, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, at Amira the Songstress, or anywhere you like to look. Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube at Amira the Songstress. And remember, stay focused.
Let me fix my crown, baby. Like dominoes, yeah, it's going down. My feet off the ground, elevated. You feel my soul when you hear my sound. And I don't know why you're like a red light that don't ever change. And you should know why merging to the other lane. I'm getting close, I'm up next, no regrets, making hits is a reflex. I'm getting close, don't take a second to second guess, riding high so you know I'm blessed. Oh yeah, I'm getting close, I'm up next, no regrets, making hits is a reflex.